Hello, it's Jang here with a look at a LEGO Legends of Chima set. This is Tiger's Mobile Command, comes with 712 pieces. In the show, we got to see that there were a lot of these, and they called them Tiger Strikers there. I don't care about the name either way. It's an awesome vehicle, truly. The tiger head on the front is beautifully done. They just keep surpassing my expectations and how far I think they can go with simple brick building of animal faces. This looks great. This is actually a printed piece up here on the top. This taught me something new with the nose here. I did not realize that those two types of pieces could fit together so perfectly. This one and that partial slope there. So learning for me, always a good thing. You can open the mouth up and you can close it. You can see they've got red on the inside to represent a tongue. That's very nicely done. Kind of bushy hair around the nose. The tracks are interesting because they alternated. They kind of went with the tiger stripe motif here, alternating between dark bluish gray, that we've gotten so many of, and black. LEGO really likes to do these half tracks for their own internal licenses. They've done a bunch of them for Chima and also for Ninjago, but I feel like this is not an overuse of that same theme. I feel like this is appropriate for the tiger style here. I also like what they did underneath here, the shaping for the kind of the underside of the throat of the thing. But these to me look like they're part of a vehicle form of a tiger that's just clawing forward on the terrain. This actually has two sets of wheels, so it's actually able to run on wheels, and that's why sometimes it's not going to make contact with the treads unless you have the treads on kind of a rough surface. But that's just part of how they designed it to make it easier to move the thing. But I think it looks really good. I really like this striping that they've done here. Good to get the black tracks as well. Got kind of claws out here. You can see those as being shooters because you've got this middle piece right here which is kind of round, so that could be some form of cannon. This does have a fire chi mode or power mode transformation to it that we'll look at. Big old wheels back here that I feel are appropriately scaled to the whole thing. I mean, it's all made up, but it just looks good to me, even as a made up thing. You know, you don't have to always reference reality to still be able to kind of judge whether something is right or not. You enter Fire Chi Power Mode by just pushing right from here, right from the Fire Chi crystal position. You can do it with one finger. You just push that forward, brings up a couple of launchers. These come out, it exposes these big flame pieces that are new for 2015. And it just changes the stance of the thing a bit. You know, really just kind of opens it up. And it's very easy to operate this. It's all linked together, so that's nicely done. It's smooth. There's no real hassle involved with it. It's just a very nice mechanism. The things that extend up behind the head are a pair of the new disc launchers that they've introduced for 2015. And you can access the function of those from behind. You just push from here. You can kind of put one finger here and then push here from the back, and it's going to launch the red discs out. So there's a look at one of the discs, and it is a printed piece, so you don't have to worry about that sticker scratching off over time as you use it. Also on the sides, when you go into Fire Chi Power Mode, it just opens up all this area here, and that's actually intended to be used. These are ramps here, and they include a pair of these Tiger Pursuit bikes. We'll look at that up a little bit more closely, but one of these can be fit onto each side, so you can load those up in advance. It looks even better if you have the minifigures in there, but when you switch from the normal mode to Fire Chi Power Mode, then you bring down these ramps here, and there's a little knob on the back here that you can push to launch out the bikes. Before we move on to the other vehicles and also the minifigs, I've got to talk about this rear section here because there's something special about it. All this back here can be detached. The whole thing can just be pulled right out. It's attached with a single little ball style hitch. It leaves these tires back here so you can still drive this around as you want. But now this can convert into a mobile communication base. This comes up, this comes down, I guess this itself is no longer mobile, but it's mobile in the sense that you could take it out to the field and deploy it. So you've got your satellite dish up here. These are Fire Chi powered pistols, which normally you could just take one for each of your minifigures to use, but these are on ball joints here, and you can use these now as little point defense turrets. So they can be turned around and be on an automated system controlled by the computers. There's a couple of computer consoles back there. And you can use this as a little command post just for helping to plan out your attack and keeping on top of information about what's going on around the battlefield. There are also a couple of containers back here. On one side you get some weapons, some little claw fist style weapons, and on this side you get an extra bit of the blue ice style chi, and on the front side of this thing, more minifig weapons still. You could leave these there for decoration, or you could take them off and use them as swords. Now, 2 Tiger Pursuit bikes. These are very similar in design to ones that we've gotten for the Lion Tribe before. Great color scheme. Just a couple of stickers used there to good effect. Good use of the tooth pieces here on the sides to help kind of disguise some of the look of the Technic brick pieces, which normally bug me, but I think they've covered them enough here that it doesn't. Got a couple of exhausts back here. The things are kind of Fire Chi jet powered or rocket powered. They're very stable because they have the wide tires. They're nice and low, and each one can carry an independent figure. Now this is fully a Fire Tribe Alliance vehicle set, but they do give you this one small deployable launcher for the Ice Tribe side, just to give you something for their side. And this is called the Abominator Ice Catapult. It's a design that I don't think I've seen before. It's very simple, but it uses these cylinder pieces. So these are extra ammo right here. You see one is already loaded in there, and very interesting use of just these 3 old Borak eyes, and you just slide the cylinder piece down in there. It's not even attached. It just slides in and it fits, and then when you hit this from this side, it's going to shoot it off. Of course, you want to hit it harder than that to actually get it to go farther. Ooh, that went clear across the room. I'm going to show the minifigs in 2 groups. First here on the left is Trackar, followed by Tazar, followed by Eris with her Axe Terminator. Eris here also gets the Eagle Tribe fire harness, so she gets the flame wings as well. These are all nicely designed and nicely printed. It's interesting that they went to the dark orange for the tigers. I think it sets them out much better than keeping them orange. You know, I think this looks better against the vehicle. And here's how they look with everything removed, so you can see the rest of the prints on their torsos. Eris has a secondary face, the tigers do not, but there's what they all look like from the front. Here, left to right, is Sir Fangar with his twin saber claw, Cybris with her cold blasta, and Breezor, our first Beaver Tribe character officially, with, well, it's a tool, right? It's a wrench and stuff, but they call it a fix-it stick. My general thoughts here, well, Sir Fangar's weapon is huge. They just keep adding to things. You know, originally it was decent size, and now it's gotten really big again. I think that Chima goes really crazy with their weapons. I think that Cybris actually has the best look here, the best color scheme all the way through, has a reasonable weapon. Yeah, I think that's a really nice figure to get, a nice configuration. Breezor, it's too bad that they actually had to use the Yeti head and just recolor it, and they weren't able to come up with a new mold with a nose, a proper nose. You see, they just printed the nose on there. Now this is a type of situation where unfortunately a lot of kids like to throw out the accusation, the insult at Lego designers, that Lego designers have gotten lazy or are lazy. And I don't think that's acceptable behavior at all, because anybody who knows any of the folks who actually work at Lego, the actual Lego designers themselves, would never call them lazy, because they're not lazy. They work hard, they work diligently, they do everything they can to bring the best looking, most interesting toys to kids year round. That's a fact. Another fact is that they always have to deal with budgets for sets. There are only a limited number of new parts and new prints that they can order up for a given set or for a given series of sets. So the fact that they did not create a new mold for a beaver head has nothing to do with laziness whatsoever, and I guarantee there were folks at LEGO who wanted to get a new mold for that character or for that tribe. They just weren't able to because of budget. Summing everything up for this set though, I like it a lot. I like just the look of it from the outside. I liked it in the show. I wish we could have seen it longer and more. But the toy is good. It's got great playability to it. I love how you can detach the rear section. I love the bikes that can be deployed. The Fire Chi power mode action doesn't really do that much. It doesn't transform the whole thing. But, you know, it's just one of those actions that the younger kids will really appreciate. I also feel like the set comes with a good number of minifigs for its overall size and cost. All told, I approve very strongly. Please share your thoughts about the set in the comments section. As always, different opinions are appreciated. I've got a lot more to do, a lot more videos to bring you, so I'll be talking to you again very soon.